Hi, everyone. We'll just wait for everyone to join. Um, we're so glad to have you all here tonight for this show called Now the Real Work Begins, which I think is appropriate. And I know I'm super excited for the night ahead. We have a lot of songs that will hopefully be the balm that we all need this week, especially. So without further ado, I'm so happy to introduce Charlie King and Elise Bryant. I hope you all enjoy.
Thank you, Grace.
How many good people have struggled and died so we could be here side by side? Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on.
All in Silas bound in jail, had no money to go their bail. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on.
Now the only thing that we done wrong, staying in the wilderness too long. Keep your eyes on the prize, hold on. The only thing that we done right was the day we begun to fight. Keep your eyes on the prize, hold on, hold on, hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on.
90 people make a chain. Every link is freedom's name. Keep your eye on the prize. Hold on. The only chain that we can stand is that chain of hand in hand. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on.
Just when I thought that all was lost, the door flew open, the chains fell off. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on.
Hold on. Hold on. Keep your eyes on the prize. Hold on.
Hold on.
Yeah, I'm there.
Yeah, really. What else can you do?
I know this is the perfect part of my post election reflection healing. So, and that song that does it. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you very much. So, family, here we are, and here we go. It's all gonna be those kind of songs. Charlie and I had a list, and most of the list remained intact, but there were a couple things we changed after November 5th. Right, Charlie? I'm making that up. So this is a song by DC Labor Chorus's very own Pam Rogers that she came up with last year, and it's become one of our theme songs. It's called "Come On in This House," and the words and the music are by Pam Rogers. They give us a strum there, Charlie.
You'd like an A.
I would like an A. We got one.
I'm trying. How's that?
Everybody, come on in this house. Everybody, come on in this house. Everybody, come on in this house. Come on in this house. You're welcome here.
If you want a living wage, come on in this house. If you want a living wage, come on in this house. If you want a living wage, come on in this house. Come on in this house, you're welcome here.
Black Lives Matter. Come on in this house. Black Lives Matter. Come on in this house. Black Lives Matter. Come on in this house. Come on in this house. You're welcome here.
Immigrants are welcome here. Come on in this house.
Yes.
Immigrants are welcome here. Come on in this house. Immigrants are welcome here. Come on in this house. Come on in this house. You are welcome here.
LGBTQ. Come on in this house. LGBTQ. Come on in this house. LGBTQ. Come on in this house. If you're queer, you're welcome here.
Everybody, come on in this house.
Everybody, come on in this house.
Yes, everybody, come on in this house.
Come on in this house. You're welcome here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Love it. Alrighty, Charlie, what you got?
Well, I got a song by John McCutcheon. I think I want to say, when we named this concert, Now the Real Work Begins, I think we still was holding a hope that we would have a woman president elect. And when that turned out not to be the case, I really kind of regretted naming the concert Now the Real Work Begins, because it's not a matter of working with a friendly administration to get the things they promised and the things we want and need. It's also a way of, it feels now like disparaging the real work that so many people have been doing for the last months. And so I just want to honor that. I know my own partner, Candace, has been so energetic and generous in support of candidates, sending out postcards, being in touch with people, especially in Pennsylvania. And I know that's true of you, Elise. You've been out knocking on doors, and I'm just so grateful for all that work. So that was real work, and we don't mean to disparage it. It's a bit of a work song. Takes place in Freehold, New Jersey, and in this time where everyone is suspicious of the other, or not everyone, but certainly that's a dominant theme in this country, suspicion of the other, especially if they are out in another country. This is a song of international labor solidarity about a 3M manufacturing plant in Freehold, New Jersey, that was in the process of shutting down, and this is what happened then. I remember when I was a little kid, meeting Daddy neath the 3M lights, and I'd ride home on his shoulders through those hot New Jersey nights. He always told when I got old how I would work there too. Now 20 years on the line, in 2 weeks' time, they're telling me I am through. Now you don't have to tell me that times are hard and there's trouble all around. And I'm glad my daddy never lived to see what's happening to this town. But I turned on the news just this morning and it gave me chills to see some 3M workers in South Africa walking off of their job for me. You got to know when to move. You got to know when to stand. You got to know when to follow and when to take command. You got to know how to recognize your story when you hear it from just the other side of the railroad tracks or an ocean away from here. Now I've never been much for politics, and I've kept my nose real clean. But you know that just this morning I've been changed by what I've seen. 'Cause the people in the next town over don't seem to give a damn, while some folks living off in slavery risk their lives to take my stand. You got to know when to move. You got to know when to stand. You got to know when to follow and when to take command. You got to know how to recognize your story when you hear it from just the other side of the railroad tracks or an ocean away from here. From the graveyards in Soweto to the freehold chimney stacks, there's chains upon the factory gates and there's chains upon their backs. But ain't it strange how people can change when they find they're not alone? It's gonna make you strong just to hear your song 10,000 miles from home. You got to know when to move. You got to know when to stand. You got to know when to follow and when to take command. You got to take command. You got to know how to recognize your story when you hear it from just the other side of the railroad track or an ocean away from here.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Charlie. Yeah, you got to know. You know. Okay, so Common Thread is my next offering to this concert. It's a song by Kelly Eddington. And Kelly Eddington came to the Great Labor Arts Exchange years ago and was so inspired by the camaraderie, songs, the sharing, the spirit of unionism, trade unionism that was in the room that he composed a song. And I think that reminding ourselves about unions, because union comes from the Latin word meaning one, that which brings us together. And that's what we need right now more than anything. So we all come here as strangers, but we leave here being friends. The chapter has been written and a new one soon begins. We're sisters and we're brothers. By our conscience we are led, standing tall, connected by a common thread.
We are union, and we share this common thread. We are union in our hearts and in our heads. We are union, and we face the fight ahead. We are union, and we share this common thread.
Fathers with their daughters, mothers with their sons, teach the younger generation about the battles lost and won. With Cesar Chavez and Mother Jones to share that common thread. Fight like hell for the living, say a prayer for the dead.
We are union, and we share this common thread. We are union in our hearts and in our heads. We are union. By our conscience we are led. We are union, and we share this common thread.
Now we'll fight against injustice and for workers' dignity. The battle lines are clearly drawn against you and me. The rich keep getting richer and the rest don't stand a chance. We will work together, gonna change that circumstance.
And we are union, and we share this common thread. Oh, we are union in our hearts and in our heads. We are union, and we face the fight ahead. We are union, and we share this common thread.
We are union, and we share this common thread. Yeah.
Well said. I seem to remember that Kelly came back the next morning and had the song already written. He was
Yes.
ready to sing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that second verse was inspired by the Fathers with their Daughter's Mother. Steve Jones and his daughter Melanie were there, and the other sister, who I can't remember her name, and her son were there as part of that arts exchange. Yeah. So come on back.
Not the first time somebody. I think Paul McKenzie came back with a song the next morning after hearing.
Oh yeah.
It.
Oh yeah. It happens all the time.
Yeah. Great Labor Arts Exchange, a very creative space.
Yep. Go to laborheritagefoundation.org and you can find it. We're going to be doing it again in June of 2025.
Woohoo!
Stomping grounds. You'll be there, right, Charlie?
If it's in June, I'll be there.
All righty. So Elise Barnwell wrote this one, and it was inspired by her dissertation that she wrote about health and safety in the workplace. It's called More Than a Paycheck. At least I call it More Than a Paycheck. I think the title might be longer than that. Anyway, here we go. We bring more than a paycheck to our loved ones and family. We bring more than a paycheck to our loved ones and family. Sing with me. We bring more than a paycheck to our loved ones and families. We bring more than a paycheck to our loved ones and families. I wanted more pay, but what I got today is more than I bargained for. When I walk through your door, I bring home asbestosis, silicosis, brown lung, black lung disease, and radiation hits the children before they've really been conceived. Well, now workers lend an ear, 'cause it's important that you know, with every job there is the fear that disease will take its toll. If not disease, then injury, maybe for your lot. And if not injury, then stress is gonna tie you up in knots. 'Cause we bring home more than a paycheck to our loved ones and family. We bring more than a paycheck to our loved ones and family. We bring more than a paycheck to our loved ones and family. We bring more than a paycheck to our loved ones and families.
Sad but true.
Yes.
I got a question for you.
What's that?
Are you supposed to answer rhetorical questions?
Yes, with rhetorical answers.
Well, that takes us to our next song, and what a very nice segue it is. This is a song by Peter and Lou Berryman. And Peter is the lyricist, Lou creates the melodies, and Peter has a way of coming up with answers to rhetorical questions. And this is a question that gets asked more and more these days, and Peter has the answer. All of our bedrooms are gilded and burnished, with every conceivable luxury furnished. Security guards always lurking here somewhere, and calmative drugs at the hint of a nightmare, on eider-down pillows of 1,000-count satin, on 12 poster beds with a view of Manhattan, a soothing and comfortable sight. So why do you people keep asking us how we can sleep at night? with dreams of our limousine fleets holding steady, and jets on the tarmac all fueled up and ready, 100-foot yachts for our White House connections, and choppers to whisk us in any direction. Now even our House of Accountants relaxes. They've worked it all out, so we barely pay taxes. The future looks peaceful and bright. So why do you people keep asking us how we can sleep at night? If ever our government lay down the sword, creating a dip in the Dow, we might need our nightcaps more liberally poured, but everything's booming right now. And thanks to the coming of privatization, they'll no longer nick us for free education. We won't have to spring for the old and the lazy, or pop for the health of the wretched and crazy. We're calmer today than we've been throughout history. So why you would ask us this now is a mystery. We don't get it, try as we might. Why do you people keep asking us how we can sleep at night? We don't mean to be impolite, but why do you people keep asking us how we can sleep at night?
Oh, yeah.
Peter and Lou.
And when did they write that?
Oh, gosh. I don't know if I have the answer to that.
Was it years ago? It wasn't
yes,
like June 6th. I mean, it wasn't November 6th of
They
2024.
wrote it 13 years ago.
Just as I suspected. Prophets in their own land.
And this is an even older piece written by Leon Rosselson, who is a wonderful English songwriter, social commentator. And it's a performance piece called The Last Chance. And The Last Chance is, it's a real place. It's a nightclub in a desert in Israel. And Leon lived on a kibbutz in 1958 and 1959 and frequented this bar. And the characters, the primary characters in the story, represent the opinions that Leon was hearing all around him at that time. He wrote the song in 1982, just after the invasion of Lebanon, and were rehearsing this song very much with Leon's critical eye on Israel, especially in these days. But in the last week or so, we've been also pondering why it seems to apply to us as a country as well. So just as a frame for that, it's The Last Chance. It was the last chance. It was a nightclub in the desert called The Last Chance. A cluttered dive of stones and wheels. It was a refuge for the rootless of the world, washed up like driftwood on the sand, and we were there. It seemed so long ago. They came from nowhere, the lost, the broken, and the mad, as if from nowhere. They blundered in like blind invaders, while Mahalia boomed a gospel song. Candles blurred the gloom. They drank and argued till the dawn had drained the night away.
among the seekers after oil or truth or a home, among the businessmen, the pickpockets and whores, among the soldiers and the tourists. Some had names and histories. Meir, with his stone bald head built like a butcher, which he was, he made his money dealing in pork, though not on the Sabbath. They said his parents were killed in Belsen. They say he saw his sister raped, but no one really knew. Stories swirled about like dust on the desert wind. He never knew what was true. But in the end, it didn't really matter. There he was. And Sam, with his mournful expression and his mobile face like crumpled leather. There he was, a dancer, light on his feet. Theirs was a needle match, each trying to outscore the other. Sam out of mischief, Meir out of a desire for victory. So they came out of opposite corners of the ring in every argument. Everything was an argument, like the Sinai campaign. For Meir, that was a time of glory. That was when we found out we were strong, he said. Strong, shrugged Sam. Who needs it? So Meir pinned his arms behind his back and forced him to his knees. You do, Jew, he said. The general opinion was that Meir won that round.
They came from nowhere, the lost, the broken, and the mad, as if from nowhere. They blundered in like blind invaders, while Mahalia boomed a gospel song, and candles blurred the gloom. They drank and argued till the dawn had drained the night away. Do you remember the day the Bedouins came to town? I still remember the women waiting still as stone, their silent shapes cocooned in black against the whitewashed walls that echoed back the sun to blind the eyes. Ghosts from another world.
You know what's wrong with Israel, said Meir one night. I know, said Sam, dancing and grinning. Too many Arabs, right? Wrong, said Meir. Too many Jews. Look at them. Rabble. They don't speak Hebrew, half of them. Rabble. Take the Yemenis. Donkey riders. Never set foot in a bus before they came here. And their women? All whores. What about the Romanians? Sam threw in obligingly. All thieves, said Meir. They say all Hungarians are bald, said Sam, and raised his eyes to the heavens. Meir ignored him. We must forge one nation, he said. We must weld the youth into one nation. Why? Said Sam. How? Said Sam. In the fire, Meir went on. In the heat of battle, we will become one nation under King Solomon. Israel was a great nation, rich and powerful. One day she will be so again. Sam sighed. We're all Jews, he said. Why should our children turn into Israelis? History loves a winner, said Meir. No more guilt, no more fear, no more being strangers, no more being different. I like being different, said Sam, throwing his arms out. I want to be different. Meir stood up and pointed a thick finger and yelled, He thinks he's funny. This Jew thinks he's funny. No wonder they fed you into the gas ovens.
Do you remember the day the Bedouins came to town? I still remember the women standing still as stone, their silent shapes cocooned in black against the whitewashed walls that echoed back the sun to blind the eyes. Ghosts of another world. across the desert. The road carved southward to the Red Sea through the desert. A cratered moonscape made of sand. We saw the burning fists of rock and felt the wind that sucked us dry and heard those urging, stirring songs. Always new lands to tame.
Mayer liked telling stories of how, in the War of Independence, he blew up Arab houses. He knew Sam would become agitated. It would turn Sam inside out. "It's not true," he said. "You did not do that." "Why not?" said Mayer. "Facts. Now there's nothing left for them to return to, only stones. Let them find homes with their own kind." "I want nothing to do with such facts," said Sam. "Where would you be without them?" answered and sneered Mayer. "We made this country," he said. "Before us, what was there? Marshland, desert. The promise was to us, the desert shall bloom like a rose." "They were people," said Sam, "like us, with hopes and dreams." "Hopes and dreams," Mayer spat the words out. "You think you can buy the future with dreams?" And he took a pile of notes from his pocket and threw them on the table. "There," he said, "facts, money. Don't give me your dreams." Sam turned away and began to find a dance with his feet, like a child taking its first steps, while Mahalia sang on, her voice intense with the joy and pain of believing. But Mayer wasn't finished. "This man is full of dreams," he taunted, "full of could-have-beens. A dancer he could have been, a mime artist he could have been." "It's true," said Sam, as he moved and swayed to the music. "I could have been a great mime artist." And slowly, his mournful face upturned and his hands outstretched, he wove a strange, shuffling dance. Around the pillars and the wheels and the homemade stools, around the stolen signpost indicating Ramallah 45 kilometers away, round the lacquered stones and pieces of driftwood, twisted, gnarled, and desolated by the wind and the waves. Mayer's stone ball head seemed to swell with fury. "Displaying himself," he said contemptuously. "Where's the dignity?" And he pushed aside his cognac and pulled himself to his feet and picked up a stone and gripped it in his bunched fists. And in his eyes was a peculiar sort of hatred. And suddenly, the jangle of noise, the clattering, the shouting, the laughing fell away to a whisper. Everyone turned to watch. There was only the sound of Mahalia singing and the shuffling steps of Sam's dance. Could we have guessed then how it would be? Could we have seen in Mayer's eyes those certainties, facts, the houses torn apart, the torture, the weeping for children burning, the fragmentation bombs, the phosphorus bombs, facts, the shortest distance between the past and the future? But we only saw Mayer, stone in his fist, and waited in silence for what he would do. "Sit down," he said in a low voice. "Sit down." Then he hurled the stone with all his force, not at Sam exactly, but still at him. It smashed against the pillar and clattered to the floor. Sam froze, stopped dancing. A silent shape in the candle gloom, his mournful face crumpled and yellow. It seemed to us he was about to cry. And he put his arms about his head as if to protect himself, turning in on himself. "I want to go home," he said. "I want to go home."
It was the last chance. It was a nightclub in the desert called The Last Chance. A cluttered dive of stones and wheels. It was a refuge for the rootless of the world, washed up like driftwood on the sand. And we were there. It seems so long ago.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you, Elise.
And I'm going to thank our DC Labor Corps sister, Erin Murphy, for bringing this song to us for our evening of sacred and favorite songs last year. It's a Peggy Seeger song called How I Long for Peace, and it's perfect follow-up. Oh, how I long for peace among the peoples and the nations. How I long to halt the plunder of the wonders of creation. Oh, how I long for peace. I cannot understand how the sisters, wives, and mothers cannot stop the slaughter of the husbands, sons, and brothers. Oh, how I long for peace among the peoples and the nations. How I long to halt the plunder of the wonders of creation. Oh, how I long for peace. There never will be peace till men abandon fighting as a way to deal with problems they prevent us from uniting. Oh, how I long for peace among the peoples and the nations. How I long to halt the plunder of the wonders of creation. Oh, how I long for peace. The profits made from war, there's few that can resist them. Hypocrisy and greed control the lifeblood of the system. Oh, how I long for peace among the peoples and the nations. How I long to halt the plunder of the wonders of creation. Oh, how I long for peace. The world can wait no longer for political permission. Sit down, disrupt, do anything to make the whole world listen. Oh, how I long for peace among the peoples and the nations. How I long to halt the plunder of the wonders of creation. Oh, how I long for peace among the peoples and the nations. How I long to halt the plunder of the wonders of creation. Oh, how I long for peace. Oh, how I long for peace. Oh, how I long for peace. Oh, how I long for peace.
Wonderful. Peggy Seeger. Presente. Yeah. What a deep longing. Martin Luther King spoke out just exactly 1 year before his assassination. Spoke out against the war in Vietnam at a speech at Riverside Church. And it was controversial because it bucked any kind of support or agreement with the Johnson administration. And he lost a lot of support, he lost a lot of funds, he lost a lot of allies as a result of that speech. And about a month later, he gave a sermon, and in that sermon he said a line that meant so much to me to hear. He was talking about how if the Poor People's Campaign gets down to Washington and demands economic justice, if people go down to our legislators and demand peace, and they don't get what they go down to seek, it doesn't mean that they failed. It's the legislators who failed. And he finished the sermon with this line, this memorable line. He said, when you stand up for justice, you can never fail. And that seemed like a good title for a song. Martin set his heart on the poor people's campaign. His allies and advisors told him, don't go down that trail. The journey's long, the work is hard. You'll come back empty-handed. He said, when you stand up for justice, you can never fail. You can never fail. You can never fail. Take up the task at hand. Lift your voice and take a stand. When you stand up for justice, you can never fail. Martin spoke his truth to power about the war in Vietnam. His enemies and friends all told him, stick to civil rights. He listened to his conscience, and he knew the cause of peace cannot be set apart from justice. It is all one fight, and you can never fail. You can never fail. Take up the task at hand. Lift your voice and take a stand. When you stand up for justice, you can never fail. The arc of the moral universe is long, and we don't know what the journey might entail. But it bends towards justice, and when we stand up for justice, Martin said that we will never fail. Congress promises the moon, but you know they don't deliver. Business offers nothing if it isn't up for sale. The president will fail. He's a taker, not a giver. But when you stand up for justice, you can never fail. You can never fail. You can never fail. So take up the task at hand. Lift your voice, take a stand. When you stand up for justice, you can never fail.
Yes, yes, yes. Now, did you write that yesterday?
I wrote it, but it wasn't yesterday. No, it's about, when was it? It was, if I can read my fine print, I think it was 5 years ago.
Thank you, Charlie.
Something like that.
Thank you. Thank you for honoring and lifting up that moment. Because there's so much. There's so much. That's why we're going to keep on moving forward, right?
Right. I got to hear Pat and Sandy sing it last night with Annie Patterson.
Oh, yay.
Yeah. Wonderful concert. Yeah. And you've been singing this for a long time.
And I sung it on the morning of November 6th.
All right. Well, let's sing it again then.
All righty.
Share the wealth.
We're going to keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Keep on moving forward. Never turning back. Never turning back.
We're gonna keep on singing loudly. Keep on singing loudly. Keep on singing loudly. Never turning back. Never turning back.
We're gonna keep on marching proudly. Keep on marching proudly. Keep on marching proudly. Never turning back. Never turning back.
We're gonna light this night together. Light this night together. We're gonna light this night together. Never turning back. Never turning back.
We're gonna keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Keep on loving boldly. Never turning back. Never turning back.
We're gonna reach across our borders. Reach across our borders. Reach across our borders. Never turning back. Never turning back.
We're gonna work for change together. Work for change together. Work for change together. Never turning back. Never turning back.
We're gonna keep on moving forward.
Keep on moving forward.
Keep on moving forward.
Never turning back. Never turning back.
Never turning back. Never turning back.
Absolutely. Yes. Oh, yeah. I start feeling it. I got that feeling. Woo, thank you. And so, as Fred Small
Makes you feel like
yeah?
everything possible can be done.
That's took the words right out of my mouth, Charlie. That's amazing. Thank you. Yeah. So this was back in 1983 when he wrote the song Everything Possible. Fred heard the distress of his friend Janet Peterson, singer, musician with a music group called the Motherlode. And her 9-year-old son came home from school crying because his friends no longer hugged each other to show that they liked each other. Now the method was to hit one another. So she went to Fred and said, hey, can you do something? She wanted a song she could sing to her little boy to affirm the freedom to live and love as we choose. And the result is this gentle little lullaby. We have cleared off the table, the leftovers saved, washed the dishes and put them away. I have told you a story and tucked you in tight at the end of your knockabout day. As the moon sets its sails to carry you to sleep over the midnight sea, I will sing you a song no one sang to me. May it keep you good company. Sing with me. You can be anybody you want to be. You can love whomever you will. You can travel any country where your heart leads, and know I will love you still. You can live by yourself. You can gather friends around. You can choose one special one. And the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're gone. There are girls who grow up strong and bold. There are boys quiet and kind. Some race on ahead, some follow behind. Some go their own way in their own time. Some women love women, some men love men, some raise children, some never do. You can dream all the day, never reaching the end of everything possible for you. Don't be rattled by names, by taunts, by games, but seek out spirits true. If you give your friend the best part of yourself, they will give the same back to you. Here we go. You can be anybody you want to be. You can love whomever you will. You can travel any country where your heart leads, and know I will love you still. You can live by yourself. You can gather friends around. You can choose one special one. And the only measure of your words and your deeds will be the love you leave behind when you're gone. The love you leave behind when you're gone.
Fred Small. I haven't heard Fred in a while. It was great to hear that song. How about that? How about a Buffy St. Marie song?
All right. Sounds good to me.
Yeah. And this was not in our one of the songs that entered our set in the last few days. Just acknowledging how much vitriol was poured out on immigrants in the last 6 months or so by voices of hatred and fear and mistrust. I was reading a page of statistics in Progressive magazine about facts about immigrants in this country, and if you have a chance to look at the issue of Progressive with Kamala Harris on the cover, take a look at those statistics about immigration. It's a much different picture than the media would have you come to believe. Surprise, surprise. Welcome, welcome, immigrante, to my country. Welcome home, welcome, welcome, immigrante, to the country that I love. I am proud, I am proud, I am proud of my forefathers, and I say they built this country, and they came from far away to a land they didn't know, the same way you do, my friend. So welcome, welcome, immigrante, to my country. Welcome home, welcome, welcome, immigrante, to the country that I love. I am proud, I am proud, I am proud of my forefathers, and I sing about their courage, for they spoke a foreign language and they labored with their hands, the same way you do, my friend. So welcome, welcome, emigrante, my country. Welcome home, welcome, welcome, emigrante, to the country that I love. I am proud, I am proud, I am proud of my forefathers, and I sing about their patience. For the work they did was lowly, and they dirtied up their clothes. For they spoke a foreign language, and they labored with their hands, and they came from far away to a land they didn't know, the same way you do, my friend. So welcome, welcome, emigrante, to my country. Welcome home, welcome, welcome, emigrante, to the country that I love.
Yes.
You know, I was thinking when I was singing it, I flew into the Los Angeles airport one time for a tour on the West Coast, and got my rental car and pulled out onto the access road, and there was a pickup truck in front of me, and it said, "Welcome to Texas, now go home." But I couldn't help but notice it had Florida license plates. So anyhow, wouldn't it be great if that were the message we were putting out? You know, we are a country and we're a nation of immigrants. And if Buffy St. Marie says we're a nation of immigrants, who am I to argue with that? And you are welcome here. You are welcome here.
Yes. And all the crap that was put out about immigrants. Oh, it's all about immigrants and the economy. Bullshit. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You're forgiven.
That's underneath that immigrant thing is racism. And you add to that misogyny, and you got.
That explains a lot.
But we know this in the beautiful words of the late Bernice Johnson Reagan, one of my sheroes, who first time I saw speak was at the Great Labor Arts Exchange on a panel discussion with Hazel Dickens and Anne Romaine. Ella Song. Key of G?
I think it's in. You want a G here?
I don't know. I don't know. You know, I just say these. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. Am I close?
Sounds
We
good.
who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes.
Sing it again.
We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes.
Until the killing of black men, black mothers' sons, is as important as the killing of white men, white mothers' sons. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes.
That which touches me most is that I had a chance to work with people, passing on to others that which was passed on to me. To me, young people come first. They have the courage where we fail. And if I could but shed some light as they carry us through the gale, we who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes.
Now, the older I get, the better I know that the secret of our moving on is when the reins are in the hands of the young who dare to run against the storm. Struggling myself don't mean a whole lot. I've come to realize that teaching others to stand up and fight is the only way our struggle survives. Oh, we who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes.
I'm a woman who speaks in a voice, and I must be heard. Sometimes I can be quite difficult. I'll bow to no man's word. We who believe in freedom cannot rest. We who believe in freedom cannot rest until it comes.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think I told you my friend Ted Warmbrand
Oh, yes.
likes to sing, "We who believe in freedom need a rest." That might be appropriate for this week.
It's true. It's true. And I know part of doing this work is taking good care of ourselves so that we can do the work that we're called upon to do. And yeah, this is a good time. But we know we have work to be done, and we will do it before our children and our children's children. Yeah. So this is a poem I learned when I was in Common Ground Theater Ensemble in Ann Arbor, Michigan, from 1976 until 1997, when I moved to Maryland to come work at the National Labor College. It's called The Low Road by Marge Piercy, and I still hold it up to this day. It's a wonderful, wonderful reminder. What can they do to you? Whatever they want. They can set you up. They can bust you. They can break your fingers. They can burn your brain with electricity, lure you with drugs till you can't walk, can't remember. They can take away your child, wall up your lover. They can do anything. You can't stop them from doing it. Well, how do you stop them? Alone? You can fight. You can refuse. You can take what revenge you can, but baby, they will roll all over you. But two people, me and Charlie, fighting back to back, can cut through a mob. An army can meet an army. Two people can keep each other sane, can give support, conviction, love, massage, hope, sex. Three people are a delegation, a committee, a wedge. With four, you can play bridge and start an organization. With six, you can rent a whole house, as we do back in the hippie days, eat pie for dinner with no seconds, and hold a fundraising party. A dozen make a demonstration. 100 fill a hall. 1,000 have solidarity and your own newsletter. 10,000 power and your own paper. 100,000 your own media. 10 million your own country. It goes one at a time. It starts when you care to act. It starts when you do it again after they say no. It starts when you say we and know who you mean. And each day, sisters, brothers, siblings, comrades, family, each day we mean one more. Thank you, Marge Piercy.
Thank you, Marge Piercy.
What you got, Charlie?
An old gospel song with a few new words. It was originally written, in the 19th century, Jonathan Oatman, and the music was provided by Charles Hutchinson Gabriel. Yeah. And it goes like this. I have no desire to stay where lies destroy and fears dismay. Where money talks and fortune frowns, come help me find some higher ground. Here's the chorus, do you want to sing it? Lift me up, let me stand upon some decent, honest land, sweeter soil than I have found. Oh, plant my feet on higher ground. We'll try that chorus. Lift me up, let me stand. Lift me up, let me stand upon some decent, honest land. Upon some decent, honest land, sweeter soil than I have found. Sweeter soil than I have found. Oh, plant my feet, oh, plant my feet on higher ground. The way we live will take its toll in tortured lives and broken souls. Open our hearts, turn us around, and guide our feet to higher ground. So lift me up, let me stand. Let me stand decent, honest, upon some decent, honest land. Sweeter soil than I have found. Oh, plant my feet, oh, plant my feet on higher ground. Sleep, work, and worry, eat, drink, and shop. The crazy treadmill never stops. We're jumping off this merry-go-round, making our way to higher ground. Oh, lift me up, let me stand upon some decent, honest land. Sweeter soil than I have found. Oh, plant my feet, oh, plant my feet on higher ground. This weary world has had its fill of cries of war on every hill. But can you hear that joyful sound? A song of peace from higher ground. Lift me up, let me stand upon some decent, honest land. Sweeter soil that I have found. Oh, plant my feet on higher ground. Yes, sweeter soil that I have found. Oh, plant my feet on higher ground.
Yeah. That's it. Plant my feet on higher ground, please.
Well, we're getting to the shank of the evening here, my dear.
Yeah, we are. Yep. This is a song. This I sang at my family reunion last night.
Oh, you did? You did?
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Wow. That was down in Florida.
That was down in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Wow. A gathering of love in the belly of the beast.
Yep. Yep.
Well, gosh, if this is going to have our last song, I certainly don't want to let it happen without thanking you very much, Elise, for all the energy and beauty that you bring into the world and into our night together. Thanks also to Grace McHenry, who has put out the word, sent out the links, and sound checked the artists and made us sound better than we probably deserve to be. And so thank you, Grace. And thanks to everybody who came tonight. A couple of Zoom rooms full of good people. And we'll sing this song, and when we're done, we'll open up to the gallery and we can chat with one another for a while. And if we're really inspired, we might even do an encore. Oh, the this is something that impressed me with Pat Humphrey. She never used a pitch pipe or a guitar or anything. She just pulled these notes out of the air. Oh, ain't gonna let nobody turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me round. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up the freedom land.
Ain't gonna let segregation turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let segregation turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land.
Ain't gonna let fascism turn me around, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let fascism turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up the freedom land.
Ain't gonna let no Jim Crow turn me around, turn me around, oh, turn me around. Ain't gonna let no Jim Crow turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, yeah,
Walk.
keep on talking,
Yeah.
marching up to freedom land.
Ain't gonna let no jailhouse turn me round, turn me around, turn me around. Ain't gonna let no jailhouse turn me around. I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up the freedom land.
Ain't gonna let nobody
Nobody
turn me around, turn me around, turn me around.
ain't gonna let nobody turn me around.
I'm gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land.
I'm gonna keep on walking,
Yeah.
keep on talking,
Yeah.
marching up to freedom land.
Yeah, Charlie, thank you. Thank you. I love you so much.
Oh, go on now.
I love our family this year that joins us. Yay! Yay. Thank you.
Woohoo!
Thank
Oh
you.
my. Look at all those faces. Joyce and Bill.
Oh, yay!
I don't know if you can tell it, but I'm sitting here in the house that Joyce and Bill built.
Really?
Wow, we didn't exactly build it, sure.
We renovated it, maybe.
There's some Ann Arbor folks for you, Dale and Janine.
Oh, yeah. I see them families.
You know this guy, Ken Giles, Elise?
Yeah, I think he was the first person to buy a ticket.
It's true. It's true. Wow, Karen Newman from out in Oregon.
Russ Ambucci.
Alan from up in Bellingham, Washington.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
You see labor corps members in the house.
We got here. Let's see if I can do. Yeah. Let's see if I can. Come on, work here, computer. Here we go. All right. Oh, this computer. Yeah, we're not going to get this here. Okay. Bad.
What are you saying, Diana? Okay. Gonna. Hi, Diane Morrison. They're waving.
All right.
Dale and Winnie, one of the rejects.
Yeah.
There's a wild bunch of people from Ann Arbor.
How are the tables? I forget.
One's there and then in the middle. Send one back there.
Diana, are you talking to us or are you talking to your husband?
There's John Hoffman. How you doing, John? You're going to keep on walking and keep on talking? Makes it sound so simple, doesn't it? One foot in front of the other. What else are we going to do?
And lead with love. Yeah. I thought a lot about it. And I thought about all the ancestors, the ones who came willingly and the ones who came in chains, and the indigenous First Nations people on whose stolen, unceded land we stand. we can't give into misery or despair or hopelessness because there are too many who fought too long for this. And as Mark Dimmenstein, president of the American Postal Workers Union, said, don't get it wrong. This is not a progressive country, okay? Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna keep on walking forward, keep on marching, keep coming together. And I, Charlie, am not blaming anybody. I
You're
don't.
not doing what?
I'm not blaming anybody. I'm not blaming Latino men or black men or white women and all this. Nah, the roots of this lay deep in the start of America and before in Europe. They brought it with them. Racism is a political construct in the United States because of color, but caste and class was always there. And women, misogyny has been there for eons. So
It's biblical.
It is biblical. It really is.
Both ways. It cuts both ways.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Gosh. Well,
Thank
you
you.
want to do one more
Can we
song?
get an encore? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, and Grace, we want to remember everybody was here tonight. So if you can make the participation list, that'd be great. If you can copy it. See Mary Sue out there. Hey, Mary Sue, how you
Can
doing?
you take a screenshot?
Good idea, Storm. Faithful and true.
We don't fit on one screen.
No, we don't indeed, and that's a good sign. So you want to get us rolling on a
you can
an
set
encore
your video
song?
to show 49.
Go, Fred.
Shall I give you a key?
Yeah, give me a key. Give me a key. Although you're starting it.
This is an A flat.
All right, sounds good.
Oh, I'm supposed to start. This is all very impromptu. Love will guide us. Peace has tried us. Hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the dark night.
If you cannot sing like angels, if you cannot speak before thousands, you can give from deep within you. You can change the world with your love.
Love will guide us. Peace has tried us. Hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the dark night.
You are like no other being. What you can give, no other can give to the future of our precious children, to the future of the world where we live.
Love will guide us. Peace has tried us. Hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through this dark night.
Hear the song of peace within you. Hear the song of peace in your heart. Spring's new beginning shall lead to the harvest. Love will guide us on our way.
Love will guide us. Peace has tried us. Hope will guide us through. Hope inside us will lead the way on the road from greed to giving. Love will guide us through the dark night. Thank you, Dale. Thank you, Janine, for reminding us this is a Sally Rogers song. Love will guide us through this dark night.
Thank you, family. Peace and blessings.
Thank you, Charlie and Elise.
Thank you, Grace.
Thank you, Charlie and Elise.
Thank you.
People might like to know there's a project, Songs of Democracy, that's on Bandcamp. There are 3 EPs so far, and they're going to put together a 4th one. And the money is going to a voter project.
Okay.
It's all sorts of people that we resonate with. We can't get the word out, but all sorts of people we would know. And Joe Rossi is one of the people who put it together, who does Daily Antidote song, and Emma
That's right.
Solution is
Yeah,
the other
yeah.
spearheader.
Thank you. All right.
Good night,
Good night,
family.
everyone.
Thank
Thank
you.
for joining us.
Thank
Good night.
you.
Thank you all.
Blessings.
Mhm.